Today we are going to be reading a letter from our friend Jacqueline. In her letter, she addresses how she is having health problems. Our goal is to research online and find 3 healthy solutions for Jacqueline. During this health unit, we are going to be meeting these 2 standards, and I was actually planning on using the whiteboard for this lesson, but my marker actually exploded. So I really only got to write the health standards. So for the rest of the lesson, I'm going to be using other materials that I would use on this board. So our health solution is, let me say that again. Our health standard is list healthy options to health-related problems. Now we're also going to be meeting a language arts standard, and that is use research tools to locate information. So it is important to understand how we can use the internet to find healthy options and solutions when we are having problems. But before we get started, has anyone ever used the internet to look something up before? Just raise your hand if you have. Okay, it seems like quite a few of you guys have. So did you guys find the information that you were looking for? Okay, it seems like many of you have. How is it easier to find information in today's world than it was to find answers or solutions 100 years ago? Todd? Okay, so that's correct. So 100 years ago, there really wasn't any of the resources like we have today. You can really find out anything you want if you guys have questions about homework and your parents can't really help you answer it. There's so many resources online that we can use today. So let's go ahead and read the letter that our friend Jacqueline wrote to us. Dear Miss Colgren's 3rd grade class, I need your help. My name is Jacqueline and I am 15 years old. Ever since I was 3, I played on my school soccer team. Every day after school, my team and I practiced for an hour. On weekends, we had games. About 6 months ago, I quit soccer because I joined the student government, a club at my school. Ever since I quit soccer, I have not been eating the best. I eat lots of candy, chips, and drink more soda now more than ever. I also noticed I gained a little weight. I feel unmotivated and tired all the time. Recently, I went to the doctors and they told me I have malnutrition. Malnutrition means I am not getting enough vitamins and minerals from eating. Please help me find some healthy solutions to get rid of my malnutrition and get me physically healthy again. You guys rock. From Jacqueline. Okay. So in order to find correct and accurate information online, I'm going to give you guys some tips of how you guys can do so. So finding information online, there's a lot of information out there and some of it isn't accurate or true. So you guys will have to understand exactly how to find relevant information that is true and from a credible source. So step number 1 is be specific in your search engines. So whatever you guys are looking up, whether it's at school or at home, you guys need to make sure that your question or something that you're looking up is specific, so that way you guys get the most accurate information. Step number 2 is find websites that end in .com, .org, or .edu. These are the most credible, especially .org and .edu. Those resources usually come from people that are really educated on the subject matter. And step 3 is skim and find specific information or facts on that website. So when you guys are beginning to look at websites, the first article or resource that you guys find isn't necessarily going to be the one that you are going to be using. So if you guys want to make sure that it does hit the ballpoint on what you guys are trying to find, just go through it, skim it, and see if it gives you some of your answers that you're looking for. If not, just go back into the search engine and start looking up different websites. So those are the 3 steps that I have listed for you guys. Okay, So I am going to find the first health solution for you guys. So what we're going to be doing today is from Jacqueline's letter. She identified that she's not feeling her best. She used to play soccer. She doesn't play soccer anymore. She's involved in a school club. However, being that she doesn't play soccer anymore, she's not really getting the exercise as she usually would. Also, she's not eating the best. So we're going to find 3 health-related solutions that can help her malnutrition. So I want you guys to take out your journals and a pencil, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to find health solutions. So I'll find the first one for you guys. The second one we're going to find together, and the third one you guys are going to be getting into partners and finding. So right now just be focused on listing those 3 solutions in your journals, and then afterwards you guys are going to be taking those 3 solutions and you guys are going to be writing Jacqueline a journal entry, and we're going to be sending all of those journal entries to Jacqueline in hopes that it helps out her situation. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to open up a regular internet browser. This is what you guys will be looking at once I hand out computers and laptops. And then I'm going to address the first issue. So she says that she has malnutrition. She also listed out other health problems, but we're going to address this one first. So my first step, it says to be specific in the search engine. So I'm going to search up how to fix malnutrition. Okay, so as you guys can see, there is a lot of resources here. There's up to 10 pages of resources. Usually the first page is the most specific and will give you guys the most information from the most credible sources. So let's start by just looking at some of those headlines. So the first one is preventing malnutrition in older adults. Since Jacqueline is 15, that's not really specific towards the information that we're looking for. Okay. As you can see here, it says malnutrition, symptoms, and treatments. So that sounds pretty good. So let's click on it. It says that it is from a .com. So as you guys can see, in our second step, we found that, or we did that, so we can check that off. Find websites that end in .com, .org, or .edu. All right. Our third step is to skim and find information or facts on the website that's relevant to our search engine. So I'm going to skim, and to skim, I'm just going to read, okay, it says malnutrition, about malnutrition. We kind of addressed what that was, who's affected by it, signs. So we already kind of don't really need that information. When to see your GP, treating malnutrition. So this seems the most relevant. So let's skim. Depending on what's caused a person to become malnourished and how severe it is, treatment may be carried out at home or in a hospital. Okay, so let's skip to the next one, preventing malnutrition. All right, so this is where it lists out options that we can do in order to get more healthy and prevent malnutrition. So it says eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, plenty of bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, and other saturated foods, some milk and dairy foods, and some meat, fish, and eggs and beans. So let's just take just a portion of that. We don't want to overwhelm Jacqueline with the amount of information that we're giving her. So for our number one, or for our first solution, let's do that she should be eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. So go ahead and start writing that down in your journals. I'm going to also write it down on the board for you guys. So number one, eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. Okay. After everyone is finished writing that down, we are going to be finding the second solution together. Okay, so now I'm going to start to pass out like laptops. I'll assign some of you guys to computers, and I'm gonna ask you guys to quietly log on to those computers and just stay put until everyone is situated. So computers, here's some computers, laptops. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to refer back to Jacqueline's letter to try and find some other ways that we can help her. So in her letter, it says that she stopped playing on the soccer team and she's now in student government. Okay. So since she's not doing, at practice every day, doing physical activity, and she used to play games on the weekends, so she was really and truly active every single day of the week, maybe give or take 1 day or 2 days. So with that being said, since she's not getting enough physical activity, that could be one of the solutions that we can give her. Instead of just saying to, get into another sport or exercise or, do workouts at home, I want to be a little bit more specific so we can really and truly help her in that area. So, really and truly, I would like you guys to type into your search engines, how can physical activity improve your health, or how often should you be active a day? So let's go ahead all together. Let's type in either or, how can physical activity improve your health, or how often should you be active a day? So let's go ahead and do this together. Okay, you guys are going to notice that there's a lot of resources popping up, so just refer back to our list, be specific, find websites at ede.com.org or .edu, and skim and find specific information that you are looking for. Okay, can anyone give me some answers to the questions that you guys have searched? Todd? Okay, so I found the same thing. It says that you should stay active for 30 to 40 minutes every single day. So we can go ahead and write that as our number 2 solution. So under eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, we can say find an activity to do for 30 to 40 minutes a day to keep you physically active. Can anyone name some examples maybe of what she could be doing? Todd? Yeah, so she could be running. Timmy? She could be riding a bike. So those are just 2 examples. If you guys think of any other ones, just write them down, because you guys can include that in your letters and give her some examples of what she could do to stay active for 30 to 40 minutes a day. Okay. Now for the third health solution, you guys will, it's up to you. So you guys can either work together or you guys can work individually to find the third health solution. After, you guys will be looking at all 3 of your guys' health solutions to create a letter to Jacqueline that addresses her health problems and that determines some or three of the health solutions that she could be doing in order to help her out. Okay, so why don't you guys either get into partners or stay put at your desks and start researching some things. You guys can refer back to the letter that Jacqueline sent us. I will have it listed on the projector on the board, just so you guys can kind of go over maybe other areas that she needs help in. And if you guys have any questions, I will be walking around and answering them. If you guys are having any difficulty, just raise your hand and I will help you guys maybe with areas to kind of like search or websites. If you guys are unsure if websites are accurate, I can give you guys the okay if they are or not. So why don't you guys start doing that? And after you guys find the third health solution, like I said, you guys will be writing a letter to her. So the letter should first be addressed just like how she did. Write, Dear Jacqueline. Make sure somewhere in here you give 3 health solutions. And then put from. And if you worked with a partner, put both of your names. If not, just put your name. But that's how it should be addressed. After you're done, just raise your hand and I will collect them. Okay, it looks like everyone is finished. So today we learned how to find health solutions for health-related problems or issues by resources online. Can anyone tell me how we can use online tools to help us find information? Todd? Yeah, so there are a variety of resources and tools out there that can help us with any problem we're having, whether it's something to do with how to play kickball or how to do long division or any other things really can all be found online that can help us as a resource. How can we decrease the chances of health problems? Todd? Right. So health problems arise mostly from us not getting enough exercise and from us not eating the right foods. So those are 2 things that we can ensure that we do every single day. You guys know that we should be eating fruits, vegetables, and keeping our portions low. You guys should also be drinking enough water in a day. So those are all things that we can do. Also, we found out today, if you guys didn't know already, we're supposed to be getting 30 to 40 minutes of physical activity in every single day. So by doing those 2 things, that could eliminate a lot of health problems. For the classes to come, we will be learning how much of an impact each decision makes on our long-term health. So thank you guys so much for helping us find 3 health solutions for our friend Jacqueline. I'm sure she is very excited to read those letters that you guys sent. And now we're going to be moving on to the next unit.